The line between healthy and unhealthy relationships can be quickly crossed, and it may be difficult to identify, even with signs that might seem obvious to others. Here's how to recognize 7 signs of a toxic or abusive relationship. You don't feel safe. And I don't mean physically, although that would apply too. I'm talking about a sense of emotional safety. Can you openly share your thoughts and feelings with this person? Does your voice matter? Or do you feel like you're always editing yourself, afraid of what they do or say if you were radically honest? A healthy relationship gives space for people to be imperfect and accountable at the same time. You can tell each other the good stuff and the shameful stuff, and openly talk about who has hurt you. You can be fully seen and still be fully loved. Now let's be clear. In most cases, you wouldn't share your deepest hurts with your in-laws, the way you might with a trusted friend. Safety has levels, depending on the relationship. It takes wisdom to discern the depth and differences of each relationship. You have bad or non-existent communication. Good communication is the heartbeat of every relationship, and it's easy to go off the rails without even meaning to. A young man said, "My wife and I have gone through seasons of toxicity because I was afraid to express my needs and desires. I would wish and assume, and when my expectations didn't become reality, I would judge her, experience massive disappointment, and become resentful. It wasn't until I opened up that we could actually connect." Drop in hints and other passive aggression. Instead of saying something outright and out loud, a partner tries to nudge the other in the right direction of figuring it out. Instead of saying what's actually upsetting you, you find small and petty ways to piss your partner off, so you'll then feel justified in complaining to them. This is toxic because it shows that you two are not comfortable communicating openly and clearly. A person has no reason to be passive-aggressive if they feel safe, expressing anger or insecurity within a relationship. A person will never feel a need to drop hints if they feel like they won't be judged or criticized for honesty. Holding the relationship hostage. When one person has a simple criticism or complaint and blackmails the other person by threatening the commitment of the relationship as a whole. For instance, if someone feels like you've been cold to them, instead of saying, "I feel like you're being cold sometimes," they will say, "I can't date someone who is cold to me all of the time." Holding the relationship hostage amounts to emotional blackmail and creates tons of unnecessary drama. Even the smallest hiccup in the flow of the relationship results in a perceived commitment crisis. It's crucial for both people in a relationship to know that negative thoughts and feelings can be communicated safely, without it threatening the entire future of the relationship. Without that freedom to be honest, a couple will suppress their true thoughts and feelings, leading to the creation of an environment of distrust and manipulation. Blaming your partner for your own emotions. Let's say you're having a bad day, and your partner isn't exactly being super sympathetic or supportive about it. Maybe they've been on the phone all the day with some people from work, or they got distracted when you hugged them. You want to lie around at home together and just watch a movie tonight, but your partner has plans to go out and see friends. As your frustration with your day and your partner's reaction to it increases, you find yourself lashing out for being so insensitive and callous toward you. Sure, you never asked for emotional support, but your partner should just instinctually know to make you feel better. They should have gotten off the phone and ditched their plans based on your lousy emotional state. This is toxic, Because blaming our partners for our emotions is selfish and a classic example of the poor maintenance of personal boundaries. When you set a precedent that your partner is responsible for how you feel at all the times, this can easily lead to a codependent relationship. Everything, even down to reading a book or watching TV, must be negotiated. When someone begins to get upset, all personal desires go out the window, because now you have to make each other feel better. The biggest problem about codependent tendencies is that they breed resentment. Sure, if your partners get mad at you once in a while because they had a shitty day and need attention, that's understandable. But if it becomes an expectation that your life revolves around their emotional well-being at all times, then you will soon become manipulative towards their feelings and desires. Displays of love and jealousy. Getting pissed off when your partner talks, touches, calls, texts, hangs out, or sneezes in the general vicinity of another person, and then proceeding to take the anger out on your partner, leads to insane behaviors, such as hacking into your partner's email account, looking through their text messages while they are in the shower, or even following them around town and showing up unannounced. Jealousy is not some sort of display of affection. It's actually just controlling and manipulative. And by transmitting a message of a lack of trust in the other person, it creates unnecessary drama and discord. And worst of all, it's demeaning. Buying the solutions to relationship problems. Whenever a major conflict or issue comes up in a relationship, instead of solving it, you cover it up with the excitement and good feelings that come with buying something nice or going on a trip somewhere. Or worse, like getting married. Not only does buying stuff brush the real problem under the rug, where it will always re-emerge, and even worse the next time, but it sets an unhealthy precedent within the relationship. Seeing one of these signs doesn't mean that the relationship is toxic. You can try and fix it together. But seeing many signs means that the relationship you are involved in is not healthy. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share the video.